What if you could make over $100 per day without showing your face, without having to talk, and with no skill, just by posting automated pet advice videos? If this sounds too good to be true, you are not alone, because I used to think the same until I found this channel, which got over 1 million views in the last 3 months and made close to $9,000 from it, all without showing their face. And this channel is not the only one. Several other channels like this one and this one are making thousands of dollars from pet advice videos, which don't really take a lot of effort to make. In fact, if you watch these videos, you'll see that they use basic stock footage along with a voiceover to share pet advice tips, answer basic questions, share facts, and pet owners like me gobble them up. So today we're going to go over how you can make these types of videos for yourself to potentially make over $100 per day. And stick with me till the end, because I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process that you can use to make these videos in your own voice without manually having to ever record or edit anything on a timeline. Remember that it only takes one good idea to change your life, and this could be that idea. Okay, we're gonna start off by creating our pet advice channel first. I'm gonna go with the cats channel because I have cats, I love cats, and I have quite a few good ideas on how to make this work. So I am going to head over to ChatGPT and I am gonna use this prompt that you see on screen to generate a list of names for the channel. So now once you have a list of names, go ahead and pick one that you like, or you can just keep prompting ChatGPT till you arrive at a name that you like. I like this one, the Meow Manual. And now once we have found it, we're gonna go to YouTube and we're gonna search for this name just to see if anybody else has taken it, right? And it doesn't seem to have been taken. It doesn't seem to belong to a channel. I'm also quickly gonna check Instagram just to see if somebody has that name, the Meow Manual. Seems like it's available and we're gonna take it. Now, once the name is finalized, you're going to use this prompt again that you see on screen to generate a channel description. And that looks absolutely great. Now, these are the two basic tenets. After this, you also need to create your channel banner, which is the image that you see on top of YouTube channels, right? So for this, we're going to head back to ChatGPT and we are going to ask it to generate cute cat animated hyper-realistic images. Again, the prompt is in the description. You guys can go check it out. I already loved the first image. If you don't, you can go ahead, run the prompt a few more times. You can just iterate and chat with ChatGPT to come to an image that you personally like. Here are a few that it generated that I didn't quite like, but I'm gonna go ahead with this one. Now, once you have the image that you want, you're going to go ahead and head to Canva. And Canva has basic templates for YouTube banner images. So you're going to select one template, create your YouTube banner. Mine turned out to be something like this. Now, once the banner is created, use this guide image that you can see on screen to just make sure that the dimensions fit the YouTube banner dimensions so that your banner is actually visible across all devices. Now, once everything is ready, you upload it to your channel, you upload your banner image, your profile image, your description, and it ends up looking something like this. Now, this entire process is going to take you about 15 minutes tops, and you just have to do it once for your channel and you're sorted. Now, let's get down to actually making the video. For this, you need to first start by finding video ideas that are proven to work, that you know are going to get views. Most people, when they start out on YouTube, they just start making videos on a whim, and that's one of the biggest mistakes because they end up creating videos on topics that nobody wants to watch. But you are going to find proven ideas that already work. For this, once again, we head to ChatGPT. And here you're just going to use this prompt that you see on screen to generate video ideas for your channel. And there you have it, your list of ideas being created by ChatGPT. Now, I find these two ideas pretty interesting, which is X signs your cat sees you as their parent and why do random cats approach you? But before we move forward with these ideas, we really need to validate them. So what I'm going to do, the two topics that I've chosen, you're going to go and you're going to search on YouTube for these two topics. So signs your cat sees you as a parent. And why we are doing this is we want to see how popular this topic is or how many views this topic has gotten on other channels. So now if I scroll down, 2.4 million views, has 1.2 million views. So from this, we can see that this is a topic that has worked well for other channels in the past. This is what is called an outlier topic, something that one works very well across the board for multiple channels on YouTube. And this is how you validate your idea. You can go ahead, do this for as many ideas that you have. If an idea does not show great promise, skip it for now, move on to another one. And this process takes about 20 minutes once a month, because you're going to sit down and create your idea list for the entire month in one go. Now let's get down to creating our video, which we are going to do using AI. Now there are tons of AI tools that you can use on the market, but one of the best ones that I have found for this is InVideo AI. It takes a simple text prompt and turns it into an engaging, high quality video in just a few minutes. The best part is that you can create an entire video from start to finish and make edits to it with simple text prompts without ever having to touch an editing timeline. And with the latest V3 update, you can actually generate each clip in your video using generative AI. Now this is great news for us, because as of now, nobody is creating animated pet advice videos on YouTube, long form animated pet advice videos. There's a lot of short form content going around in this space, but nobody has tapped into the long form game yet, which makes this niche untapped and which makes it a huge potential if you enter it right now before it gets saturated. Just look at Zach D Films. He was one of the first to create animated YouTube shorts, and now he's making thousands of dollars every single month from animated YouTube shorts. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a video in this space using the topic that we just selected on ChatGPT. So I'm going to start by signing into my InVideo account, and this brings me to this section with a prompt box where we are going to type the prompt. But even before we start writing the prompt, we need to focus on our voiceover. Your voices, especially in faceless videos, are a huge deal. And if you just use generic AI generated voices, it often doesn't build the connection with your audience that you want. So if you want to build a loyal audience base, if you want your audience to connect with the videos that you're making, you want to have one single narrator and you want to have a human voice. But it's also understandable that you don't want to sit around and record voiceovers for hours on end. So InVideo AI actually has a workaround for this. It allows you to clone your voice once, and then you can use that voice clone in every single video moving forward. And no, nobody else can use your voice, only you can. Plus, it's super simple to set up. Let me show you. So all you need to do once you're logged in, you'll see this home option. You need to click on it. It opens a side menu, and here you choose the voices plugin. Here you have the option. You can see mine is already added. I'm just going to show you the process of adding it one more time. You go ahead, click on add voice, and InVideo gives you a set of instructions on what to do. It is very important that you say this at the beginning of your audio recording, which is I give InVideo AI permission to use my voice in this workspace. And then just simply read out a paragraph how you normally would. You can use your phone or your laptop mic to record this. Make sure there's no noise. And once you're done, you go ahead and you choose your file, which is this. And in just a few seconds, InVideo will clone your voice. You can just go ahead and change the name. So I'm going to name it Aditi 2. Then we go back, click on home, and we are ready to start creating our video. Like I promised, this is going to be super simple. So all I'm going to do here is give the AI my topic, tell it how long I want the video to be. I will tell it to use my voice, which is Aditi, and I will tell it to use generative media, and that's about it. So you just want to give it a simple prompt. It should be detailed enough that it doesn't have to do the guesswork of choosing the type of media and music, etc. that you want for your video, but it doesn't have to be super detailed like with the ChatGPT prompts either, right? So this is what it looks like. And with that, we just go ahead and click on generate my video. So after this, InVideo will ask you for a few more details like your visual style, your audiences, your platform, etc. And once you click on continue after selecting those, you just have to wait a couple of minutes and InVideo will generate your full-fledged video. Let's take a look.
Do you ever wonder if your cat sees you as more than just a walking food dispenser? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive into the wild world of cat parenting. I'm going to show you 10 signs that prove your cat totally thinks you're its mom or dad.
In just a few minutes, we have a full-fledged video complete with the right script, media, music, and an engaging voiceover. And while that first draft looks pretty incredible, I think we can go the extra mile, make a few changes to it to make it really stand out. Now with InVideo, you don't have to drag around clips, you don't have to work with an editing timeline. All I need to do is use this prompt box below the canvas area, and I can just ask the AI to make whatever changes I want it to make. So first of all, I want to change the first few clips within the video because I want it to start with like a playful clip of a cat playing with a human, and I don't want that text. Even though the text is pretty accurate, I don't think it goes with the vibe of the video. So I am going to ask the AI to change the first clip, and let's see how it looks.
Do you ever wonder if your cat sees you as more than just a walking food dispenser? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive into the wild world of cat parenting.
That looks incredible. What do you think? Now, I also want to go ahead and change the music that's there in the video. I want it to be more bright and happy, something that goes with the vibe of, cats and living with cats. So I'm going to ask InVideo AI to do that. Let's go ahead and take a look.
I'm going to show you 10 signs that prove your cat totally thinks you're its mom or dad. Let's go!
That looks amazing. And now you can essentially use this command box to make any sort of edit that you want. You can even translate this video into multiple languages if you want this channel to reach, multilingual audiences. So for instance, if I want to change the video to Spanish, I'm just going to ask InVideo AI to translate the video to Spanish.
¿Alguna vez te has preguntado si tu gato te ve como algo más que un dispensador de comida andante? Bueno.
Now, in case you want more precise control or more granular control over the video, you can click on this edit button below the canvas and then use either of the tabs, which is the script or the media, even the music, to make any sort of manual edits that you want to. So if you don't want a particular clip, for instance, I don't like this particular clip very much and I want to change it and I want to manually generate the results. So I'm going to go select the generative media option. Here I am going to prompt the AI to generate a specific clip. It takes a few minutes depending on how complex the clip is. Once it's generated, I can just click on it and then it just replaces the existing footage or existing clip that I wanted to change in the first place. Similarly, I can use the edit script tab to make any changes to the script. And similarly, you can also make changes to the music using the music tab, to the sound design if you want to change the music at all manually, and it's pretty simple to do. Again, I don't want to go do that because we've already done that using the prompt box. So I'm just going to click apply and here is the final result.
Do you ever wonder if your cat sees you as more than just a walking food dispenser? Well, buckle up because we're about to dive into the wild world of cat parenting. I'm going to show you 10 signs that prove your cat totally thinks you're its mom or dad. Let's go. Alright, first up, we've got the classic head bump. You know, when your cat comes at you bumping its head, trying to rub themselves on you, that's not them trying to knock you over, it's a sign of affection.
Now, once you're happy with the results, just go ahead and hit download and download your video and then it's ready to upload. Please keep in mind that to use generative AI features, you will need a paid plan with InVideo and you can start using it at just $20 a month. But if you're serious about making videos and you really want to monetize your channel, I highly recommend going for the $96 plan. It will save you hundreds of dollars a month that you'd otherwise spend on expensive software, equipment, and 3D animations. And if you're already using InVideo AI, you can buy the extra generative AI seconds as add-ons whenever needed. Now, once you're done with your video, we have to craft your title and your thumbnail to make sure that people actually click on that video. So if you've been watching InVideo for a while, you know that we always tell you to create your title and your thumbnail first, even before you write your script. But in this case, because the script and the video were both created simultaneously by AI, we are doing this step afterwards. But just because we are doing it afterwards does not mean that it is any less important. You need to pay just as much attention to your title and your thumbnail to make sure that whatever you've created has been worth the effort. So you're gonna go back to YouTube, you're gonna search for the topic that you made the video on. For us, it's signs your cat sees you as a parent. And here you are going to look at the title of the top 4, 5, 6 videos on this topic. So, and top 4, 5 means in number of views. So this one is surely a top 1. So 14 signs your cat sees you as their parent. So for the parent bit, I think it's a very straightforward, simple title. You can just go ahead, use this title as is, and for the number, you put in the number of tips that you've actually covered in the video. So ideally, in this scenario, if you want to go a step further, what you want to do is you need to go to ChatGPT and just ask it to generate title ideas for you based on the ones that you have seen online. So pick your top favorite 5 to 7 titles, put those into ChatGPT as an option and then ask it to generate title ideas on the basis of those that are more impactful, more click-worthy, things like that. And ChatGPT usually does a pretty good job of this. Yeah, for example, the second one, does your cat see you as their mom or dad? 5 undeniable signs, which I think is a more powerful title. Your cat loves you like family if they do these 5 things. This again is a great one. So when you do this exercise a couple of times, you will end up getting some pretty cool titles that you can actually use for your video. Now, once your title is done, the next step that you need to take is generating your thumbnail, which is the second most important part of your packaging, without which people are not going to click on your video. So for this, again, you will go back to YouTube and you will look at how the thumbnails of the top videos are designed. So if we scroll through, you'll see that most of them have the picture of a cute cat with some text on the side. So cat, text on the side, and maybe they have a human element or a human doing something. So thumbnails are pretty similar. It's usually the picture of a cute cat along with the text, which is great for you because this means these style of thumbnails is pretty simple to create. Now, in your case, because you're using animated footage in your video, it would make sense for you to use an animated cat picture instead of just using, a regular stock photo. And for that, instead of creating an image, you can actually go through your video, pick a screenshot or a screen grab that depicts the emotion that you want to denote in your video, and then go ahead and use that as your thumbnail frame. If you don't find anything in your video, you can go back to ChatGPT and then ask it to generate images of cute cats doing a particular emotion or acting out a particular action that you can use in your thumbnail photo. Now, once you have your thumbnail photo ready, the next thing you need to do is come up with text that you need to put on your thumbnail. As we saw with these thumbnails, most of them have some sort of text on the thumbnail, which just makes it a lot more enticing for the viewer to click on. Again, you use ChatGPT for it. You follow the same process that you followed with the title and the thumbnail. You pick the top 5 to 7 thumbnail texts, you put them in ChatGPT, ask it to come up with 2 to 3 word phrases for your video, and it should do a pretty good job at that. For example, they truly love you is so cute, or more than a pet is very cute. These are great examples that you can use as is on your thumbnail. So now you have your thumbnail image, you have your thumbnail text. All you need to do is put them together in a tool like Canva and your thumbnail is ready. And that's it. That's all you need to do consistently week on week, at least for the next 4 to 5 months to be able to hit monetization. And I promise you that if you take these steps consistently, you will hit monetization very, very quickly. But despite that, I would not suggest that you rely solely on AdSense as your mode of revenue for your channel. Because even if you do get monetized very fast, AdSense is not a very reliable source of income. A better approach is to find multiple avenues where you can monetize your content on YouTube from day one of starting. And after years of trial and errors, I have actually found 5 proven methods that help you make money on YouTube without relying solely on AdSense. We cover all of them in this video, which I highly recommend you go check out next. And I'm gonna see you guys very, very soon in the next one. Bye-bye.